fuck do we
Do we
lose
think if I
North?
became an alcoholic, the pain of supporting this football club will go
No
away?
fucking urgency, and they just bomb it long.
I hate this football club. I just don't hate them enough to stop supporting them. Hi, everyone. Welcome to round 3 tips. Didn't think I was going to continue making tip videos, but apparently we all enjoyed my tips so much that it did relatively well, and I'm excited to continue going. Football is my special interest, and now I get to talk about it freely on the channel. As you might be able to tell, atmosphere's a little bit different. It is 8 p.m. Wednesday night when I'm recording this, so I'm already doing better than last week because I am not filming the day of the first match. Any hoozles, we are gonna jump right into tomorrow night's match, which is Essendon Port Adelaide at Marvel Stadium. Last week, I did predict that the Crom would come out and make the MCG their bitch. And you know what? I was right. Do I have enough faith in Port Adelaide to do the same? Except at Marvel. Somehow, yeah, I do. Granted, they've only beaten a group of kids. I just don't rate Essendon. I just don't rate them. I think that they are pretenders. And that's coming from me, of all people. Where is the emblem? Where is the... This is the wrong scarf. Give me a fucking minute. Where is my scarf? There it is. No wonder that one had a cobweb on it. It's the wrong fucking scarf. This is my scarf that was given to me by my late nan, so this was the scarf that I'm meant to be wearing. What was I saying? I think Essendon are pretenders. Coming from probably the biggest pretender club this season. No, second biggest. Carlton are definitely the biggest pretender club. It's a primetime game, 7:30 Thursday night. Yeah, look, I'm going to tip Port. I think they're coming out in their retro Guernsey, or is that the week after? I don't know. Look, I think Port are a bunch of grubs, and I think they will outgrub Essendon all around the ground. I don't think Essendon are up to par. I think you've got Zach Merritt. Name one other notable Essendon player. Jai Caldwell, maybe. But did he perform the way Merritt did? No. That's like saying Sam Walsh and Patrick Cripps. One is obviously doing a lot more than the other. Speaking of Patrick Cripps and Sam Walsh, Friday night primetime 7:40 Carlton, the Western Bulldogs. Do I need to say what I think? I think the doggies are good. I think without Bont, they're still good. Libba has really stepped up to the plate. Not that Libba was shit, but like, you know, he was like 2 classes below where the doggies midfield needed to be. And now that Bont's out indefinitely, I don't know, he's really stood up. He's giving me Tony vibes. Was I alive to watch Tony Liberatore run around the ground? Absolutely not. I was definitely not even a concept when Tony Liberatore was playing. But I've seen enough highlights of Tony Liberatore to see that this is looking a lot like a Tony Liberatore highlight reel from Tom and Tony. That's really fucked me. The doggies to win. Did I give you guys a prediction for how many points? I think Port will smash Essendon. And by smash, I mean 20 points. The doggies will win by 45 points at Marvel. Are we fucking for real? There's 2... Thursday and Friday night are both at Marvel. We've got a primetime game with 3 big Victorian clubs and 1 interstate club, and we're hosting them at Marvel? Ugh. I hate Marvel Stadium. It smells like piss, and it's cold, and it's windy, and I hate it. And I always get... I don't know, I'm going blank, but they always search me. I don't know if that was because I was a fat kid, or because I was really Italian looking, but every time I went to Marvel, I got searched. Moving on. Saturday, 1:20 primetime, Saturday afternoon game. We got this fucking mob and versus Gold Coast. By this fucking mob, I mean the Melbourne Football Club. I used to do footy tipping in primary school, and I feel like I'm in the same boat. Let me rephrase. After I stopped tipping in primary school, I never felt like I couldn't rely on the D's to win a game that I was very certain they would win until last week. So now I'm back in this headspace that I'm 10 years old doing footy tipping in my primary school, and I see Melbourne versus blank. I can't tip the D's. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. I don't know who's going out next week. I don't know if anything's wrong with Gawn, because Goodwin's gone. Oh, by the way, look, Max got smashed around the contestants and in the ruck, but he's going through something, and I'm not gonna say any more. Huh? I just can't. I don't have faith in this club to do anything. No one knows a single thing about HR. No one has any media training. One week you go out and contest your heart out, and then the next you've got one bloke, Cade Chandler, kicking 3 goals, 23 contested possessions, 15 tackles or some fucking crazy numbers, and everyone else is picking the nose. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to anticipate with this club. Fuck my life. Then at 4:15 Marvel Stadium, we've got the last Maddie's game with St Kilda and Richmond. The Saints should win this. They should win. Richmond are coming off a really hefty loss. Granted. That was the first time half of the year Richmond side had flown interstate before. So you can't expect them to win. I know I tipped them last week, but that's because I thought they'd have all this pent up testosterone because Ooze would confine them to their hotel rooms so they weren't on Tinder and Bumble and going around and fucking all the people in Adelaide. I don't think Ooze did that. I think they'll come back and they'll be a little bit tired. The Tigers, they put a little bit of effort in. It won't be as good. I don't think anything will beat round 1 against Carlton. I think they'll put up a fight. I don't know if St Kilda are good. I honestly think Geelong can't play anywhere that isn't the MCG or GMHBA. So I don't know if St Kilda's good because Geelong just don't like a good travel. So I'm going to say maybe the Saints by 5. Another close win for the Saints. And then I'm going to have to listen to that chick go, knock, knock. Who's there? Owen, the Saints. I'm going to have to hear it. Tassie, we got a Tassie game this week. Fuck me. The Hawks and the Giants. The Giants had the last week off after beating the D's by 3 points. Alright, I'm going to say the Hawks will win over in Tassie. I can't remember if GWS have ever played at Tassie, but I think the Hawks are just too good. I think GWS might be a little bit slack coming off a bye. The Hawks have not had a bye at all. I think they'll be a little tired, but I think that they're just a good side and that it won't matter. Hawks by 12. Random fucking score, but that's what I've said. So that's what we're going with. 7:30 Saturday night. The Lions versus the Cats at Gabba. Look, I'm gonna be a sheep and I'm gonna say the Lions don't think the Lions are playing good footy. After last week's performance against St Kilda, Geelong, wow. Like I said before, I don't think they are good on travel. I think that they are just shit. As soon as they have to hit a car, a bus, a plane, I think that they shit the bed as soon as any mode of transport that isn't a tractor on their acreage farms appears. But I think it will be close. Brisbane have had a couple close ones. So we're going to go Lions by 8. 8 to 15 points. That range. That's the range that I'm giving. And then we start with Sunday. Sunday, 3:20. There's no 1:20 game for Sunday because there's a bye. Sunday, 3:20, Adelaide North. Adelaide Oval. When I looked at these games last week, before the game started, I went, fuck. Adelaide are going to smash them. And then I experienced a 10-goal loss to North Melbourne. It's either going to be really close, and Jack Darling's going to kick 5, and Larky to kick 3, and Tom Powell's gonna fuck them, or Adelaide will just be too good. And I genuinely hate to say that I think Adelaide are a good team, but they have not versed a good team. Adelaide have versed. This is their history for the year. St Kilda, who I don't think are a good team. I think that beating the Cats was a miracle, because I watched it. They beat Essendon. Essendon are pretenders. And now they're versing the Roos. I don't think that they've got a very easy draw. So I think it will be a scoreline like they had last week, where both teams will hit a very high score line, but it will be like a 50-point disparity. So Crows by 50. Graveyard game for this week is the Derby over in Optus. I really could not give a shit. Fremantle have to win this. If Fremantle lose, I'm recalling last week. Hang on. Brisbane almost lost to West Coast. No, I still think Brisbane will beat Geelong. The Eagles are tipped $4 to Fremantle's $1.20. I don't think it should be that big of a difference. I think fuck it. Eagles to win by 20. You've heard it here first. If the Eagles even win this game, I'm never gonna shut up. Longmire is coaching for his fucking life this week, and if he loses, I reckon he's gone. That is the earliest coach sack I think I've ever seen. If Freo lose, you know who else needs a coach sack? I'm not gonna say it, but we all know what I'm thinking. Look, I don't actually think I have any more commentary on what I think is going to happen, and this is going to look really stupid because I keep hunching. My bad. This is the recap of the tips. Port to beat Essendon, Doggies to beat Carlton, the Suns to beat Melbourne, the Saints, did I say the Saints to beat Richmond? I'm going to say it now. Hawks beating the Giants, the Lions beating the Cats, the Crows beating the North, the Crows beating the Kangas, and the Eagles beating the Dockers. And did my mic die? That's hilarious. That's probably the best sign to end the video. So thank you so much for joining me. Good luck to your team, because I know fucking Melbourne need it. Look, if Melbourne lose, I might stop making these, because this might just be the worst omen ever to exist. Thank you. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good luck.